Combate Americas is back. It's back on the border of Mexico and California, the city appropriately named Mexicali, in the Auditorio del Estado de Mexicali. We're glad to have you, and we have a great card ahead, and we'll get right into it when we look at the co-main event. Edgar Chairez, last time we saw him, he was an undefeated fighter. He got in La Jaula, and he was 4-0. Just like that, he loses to Axel Osuna, and now he's scrambling. He needs to make sure to get a victory here so his star continues to rise.
One of our rising stars, Edgar Pitbull Chairez, took that loss, shocked us all, but guess what? That was in the past. Now it's the future, and the future is now. He is looking to get back in the win column. He's looking to make a statement. Local, hometown guy. He wants to get back into that win column.
And it's a big deal. Do not underestimate how important that is to be fighting here in Mexicali in the first Combate card. His opponent fights a lot like Axel Osuna, Jose Alejandro Tepo Salazar. He's the underdog. He's a stand-up fighter. He's looking to shock the world.
Salazar is kind of cut from the same cloth as Chairez in the sense that he's been a stand-up fighter for most of his career. He's been training in karate since he was 7 years old. He started doing MMA at 18 years old, still young, but making his pro debut with Combate tonight and looking to take our rising star out.
All right, you never know what's going to happen. That's what MMA is all about. One thing we do know, Rafa Garcia wins when he goes in the cage, and it doesn't matter where you are or who you fight for. If you go into a cage 8 times and you walk out victorious, you're the goods. Our CEO, Campbell McLaren, who knows a thing or two about MMA, calls Rafa Garcia the best lightweight in the business. He's looking to prove that here tonight in front of his hometown crowd.
He is one of the best lightweights in the business. You said it right. And one of the things that's interesting about Rafa is he was asking us to come to Mexicali. Please come to Mexicali. Ask and you shall receive. We are here. We are ready to see Rafa get that 9-0, but can he do it against a guy who says that he just got lucky all those times and that he's confident that he's going to take him out?
There is Rafa, gifted Garcia, wins on the ground, wins on his feet. He'll be fighting a guy who feels like he has the style and the skill set to beat Rafa Garcia. Edgar Escarrega has given no quarter, taken no quarter. He's a very confident fighter.
The nasty boy, a champ from Ensenada. He is willing to come in here against our tough Rafa Garcia, and he's also willing to make that one inside the loss column of Rafa and give him his first loss. He has everything to gain, nothing to lose, and he's confident that he's going to get the job done.
Y a mí como me gusta desarrollarme arriba del ring es el striking, mucho intercambio de golpes, fajarme, es lo que más nos gusta a nosotros, que es lo que nos viene definiendo a nosotros los que somos del Demolition Fight Club de Tijuana y por lo que más nos agrada.
Soy un peleador completo, me gusta estar arriba, me gusta estar abajo, entreno kickboxing, lucha, jiu-jitsu, o sea, donde me lleve la pelea yo soy el mejor, yo sé.
La verdad lo desconozco, no he mirado ninguna pelea sobre él. Ahora lo conocí, pues estuvimos platicando ahí antes de subirnos al pesaje.
Bueno, miré algunas peleas de él y si es un peleador duro, tiene, a lo que veo, es un peleador experimentado ya. Entonces me va a dar una guerra y es lo que yo quiero, una guerra.
A mí me gustaría que se fuera a los 3 rounds, disfrutar la pelea, no que no se acabara rápido, pues. Que es lo más importante, pues disfrutar de estar aquí peleando con Combate Americas, aquí en Mexicali.
Yo quiero que va a ser una sumisión o un knockout técnico, primero o segundo round. Ese es mi pronóstico.
Let's get it started here inside La Jaula in Mexicali. Lupe Contreras inside the cage.
Damas y caballeros, entrando a la jaula, ladies and gentlemen, entering La Jaula, Jesus Blanco.
Jesus Blanco, part of the Mexicali small regional circuit. Lost to one of the Perez brothers, Jair, back in May 2018. Now here in Combate Americas, looking to make an impact. It was a controversial finish against Jair Perez. He said he did not tap Juliana. He's going to have to prove it here that he is the goods.
Yeah, this is a controversial loss for Jesus Blanco. He said, like you said, he didn't lose, he didn't tap. He might have got in an armbar, but he didn't tap, so he was really upset that the referee stopped the fight. So he is looking to prove a point.
Out of Demolition Fight Club from Tijuana. So we're here in Mexicali, and you want to get your maps out in Baja California, and there's a lot of fighting towns up against the coastline. You have Tijuana, Rosarito, Ensenada, and we have fighters from all those towns here on this card. You go a little bit inland, at 150 miles, you'll hit Mexicali, right on the other side of the border in Calexico, California. Back up to Lupe Contreras.
Su rival, his opponent, Ramiro Jimenez.
All right, Ramiro Jimenez, he is from Mexicali. You can hear the reaction from the crowd. Very green. And that's the story we get about him.
Yep.
And this is a guy who's going to look to make an impression. You already get that a lot.
Yes, he is a local up-and-comer fighter on the regional circuit of Mexicali. He has to drive, actually, pretty far distance in order to get to training, but he believes that fighting on the Combate platform is such a great opportunity. He was begging our matchmakers, please put me on, and he finally did. He's making his Combate debut, and I think that he's gonna seize the opportunity, and we're about to find out.
Our matchmaker, Eduardo Vargas, we get conversations, and these fighters have to do a lot of the footwork to get on these cards. In addition to not just being successful inside, you gotta do all the office stuff on the outside to make sure you get their chance. And when you get that chance, you gotta take it. Blanco Jimenez ready to go here in Mexicali. And you got Tijuana versus Mexicali. That is not lost on anybody here. As we go back up to Lupe.
Damas y caballeros, desde el auditorio del estado, Mexicali, Baja California, México. Esto es Combate Américas. La cartelera de esta noche ha sido avalada por la honorable Comisión de Box, Lucha Libre y Artes Marciales Mixtas de Mexicali, comisionado Federico Insunza. Iniciamos la noche con este duelo pactado a 3 vueltas en la división peso ligero, ladies and gentlemen. We start the evening with this bout set for 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first, the fighter in the blue corner, presentando a la esquina azul, vestido de pantaloncillo negro, he steps into la jaula, wearing the black trunks. He weighed in at an official 154.5 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 154 libras y media. En su segundo duelo a nivel profesional con récord de 1 derrota. This is his second pro bout with a record of 1 defeat. De Tijuana, Baja California, Jesus Blanco. Su contrario en la esquina roja, his opponent in the red corner, vestido de pantaloncillo verde, he steps in wearing the green trunks. He weighed in at 152.5 pounds, su peso oficial, 152 libras y media. Esta noche, dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, hace su debut profesional. Tonight, inside of la jaula de Combate Américas, he is making his pro debut. 100% cachanilla de Mexicali, Baja California, Ramiro Jimenez.
Great response for the local kid as we go inside la jaula for the face.
Look for Jimenez to come out as a southpaw. However, he can do both, so don't be surprised when he switches up his guard.
Interesting, neither of these fighters with a nickname. We'll see if one of them can build one here based on their reaction as we go to the tail of the tape. You're going to see a lot of lightweights here tonight on Combate Mexicali. And Ramirez and Blanco fall under that weight division. It is Jimenez with the 2-inch height advantage and 3-inch via the reach. Comes in pretty light at 152.6. Blanco in the black trunks.
Jimenez standing orthodox actually, but now he changes and now he's back to orthodox and southpaw, which is really confusing. Doing that whole TJ Dillashaw thing where you're making your opponent think you stand one way and then you're switching it up and doing the other way. It's very impressive.
Big left there by Jimenez. Looping left catches Blanco square. And it is worth reminding, since we last were with you at Copa Combate, this is a 3-round matchup in the lightweight division.
And Jimenez used to train Muay Thai as a hobby, and he saw his other classmates training, and it served them as exercise and self-defense, but he wanted to take it up to the next level, and that's what you see here. He's been training Muay Thai since he was 14, and you kind of see that in his stand-up with those inside leg kicks. It's the way he holds himself.
He's very active here in this opening round, opening minute, as he looks for the takedown and completes it, looking to pass Blanco's guard.
Beautiful takedown by Ramiro Jimenez. Changed levels, shot the double, landing there inside control.
He is inside control now, and as he's getting a better position. Juliana, what does he look to do here?
Jesus Blanco needs to get his underhook. He needs to get off of his back. And, you know, I say this a lot, but nothing is ever going to happen for you when your shoulder blades are flat on the canvas. You got to get to a side. That's exactly what he's doing, and he's having a little bit more success than he was before. Gave up his back.
Now he's looking to get the hook set underneath and perhaps go for that rear naked as he crawls up the back of Blanco. Still early days in this first round.
Jimenez got the back. He has back control. He needs to get those hooks in a little deeper, use those hamstrings, use those calf muscles to sink in that rear naked choke. Going for it looks like a figure 4 triangle.
Blanco had those arms out and it opened it up for the choke. Didn't keep himself tight, but it wasn't really locked in.
But he stays on back. He's got nice back control going. Looking to get a little ground and pound, maybe.
Yeah, there's space for that arm to get underneath that chin. Jimenez trying again. Now he turtles up. Elbows dropping on the back of the head. Be careful with those. Sure not that 12-6 motion as he continues to have the back of Blanco.
Blanco's in a turtle shell position, but he's not really doing anything to advance his position. In this point, you have to scramble, and if that means eating a couple shots so that you can get those hooks off of you, then that's what you have to do.
Jimenez outclassing Blanco on the feet, now on the ground.
If he stays in this turtle position and doesn't fight back, I have a feeling the ref could eventually get in there and stop it for him, because he's not doing anything to advance his position.
He keeps trying to get that arm under. He just doesn't get in a comfortable position to find it underneath that chin, and I guess you got to give Blanco credit for that, although he's been on the receiving end of an arsenal of activity from Jimenez.
Because Jimenez has such a superior position, he still has the back control. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more ground and pound, but he's doing what he can to sink in that choke, and he's doing it right. That's pretty deep.
That left arm is underneath that chin, and he's getting a squeeze on. And was that a tap? No. He's trying to move that arm. Is Blanco. He's fighting for survival here, and now he's got nothing. It's just an issue whether Jimenez can lock it in.
That's
and
over.
There it is. The squeeze, rear naked. He is turning red like a tomate.
If he gets out of this, I will be shocked.
Oh, and Blanco, he's the paint. There's a tap. Give him credit for fighting till the end, but it was in an uncomfortable position. And then a submission in the opening round for Ramiro Jimenez, who now improves to 3-0, or 2-0 from his amateur, and now 1-0 in Combate.
Let me tell you something. Once you get that arm secured on the back of that scapula, I guess you would call it, it should be over from there, and he demonstrated the perfect technique on how to finish a rear naked choke. He didn't let Blanco rip his hand away. He didn't let him take that hand off, and he just finished from there, and that was such a beautiful position and a missed opportunity for a lot of fighters. So
he needed to get the back, and that made the difference.
He definitely has that back control. He had it for the whole beginning right there. It's over, and this Jimenez shows exactly perfect technique on how to finish a rear naked choke.
What a great feeling. It's Ramiro Jimenez inside La Jaula. Unknown quantity, no professional experience, and now he's a 1-0 fighter in Combate in front of his hometown crowd, on top of the world.
On top of the world, and young. Only 20 years old, and like you said, hometown favorite. He's got the support. You can hear them cheering for him. Our Mexicali boy got it done tonight. Happy for him. It's a beautiful finish. Beautiful finish.
You know about his Muay Thai game. He said experienced in the stand-up. Proved that, but it was when he finally went on his back where he was able to get the locks in and take care of Jesus Blanco.
And Ramiro is also studying to be an engineer, and I think that that's very important. You know, MMA is their life, but they also got other things planned. They got plans in action. I love that.
They work hard, they train hard, hoping for that opportunity, and an opportunity that Combate Americas is affording many fighters all over Mexico and Latin America on a regular basis. And Ramiro Jimenez, the latest to benefit. Now we see if we can get him a nickname, potentially. Got to have a nickname in this sport.
The Strangler.
How long before you came up with Venezuelan Vixen?
I didn't come up with it. My coach named it. You don't generally pick your own nicknames.
Gotcha. Fair enough. All right, let's take it upstairs to Lupe Contreras.
Damas y caballeros, la esquina roja aplica un estrangulamiento mata león, obligando a su rival a darse por vencido con un tiempo oficial de 3 minutos, 41 segundos del primer asalto. Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner sinks in a rear naked choke, forcing his opponent to tap with an official time of 3 minutes, 41 seconds of the opening stanza. El vencedor por sumisión, the winner, by way of submission, Puro Chicali, Baja California, Ramiro Jimenez.
And, I'm not the kind to talk trash or do anything like that, but I know he's a grappler too. So I'm hoping that's where it goes, because I'll get to show all the training I've been putting in.
He visto que es una persona fuerte, pero eso se trata, de ir mejorando, de ir peleando con los mejores. Soy un peleador invicto y ya vi que tiene derrotas y no me va a venir a quitar el invicto aquí a mi casa.
I just feel comfortable everywhere. I don't have a prediction, but wherever it goes, I know I'm ready. I've had the best coaching staff that I've ever had in a camp. I'm ready, everywhere. Let's go.
Me considero un peleador completo, pero absolutamente todas mis peleas ahorita han acabado en el suelo, con sumisión.
I used to come out to Mexicali all the time because we didn't grow up in the best neighborhood, so we came over here to get the doctors and my glasses and all that stuff, so I love it. I love coming back to somewhere where I really grew up.
Cuando me enteré fue una gran sorpresa, y que me eligieran para pelear aquí es un gran orgullo, un gran honor, y vamos a dejarlo todo aquí en mi casa.
Damas y caballeros, este combate 3 vueltas en la división peso mosca, ladies and gentlemen. This bout 3 rounds in the flyweight division. Presentando a la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de pantaloncillos azules, he steps in, wearing the solid blue trunks. He weighed in at 125 3/4 pounds de tubo la báscula, a un peso oficial de 125 libras y 3/4. Entra a la jaula de Combate Américas por 6ª vez, con un récord profesional de 3 victorias y 2 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 6th time as a pro, with a record of 3 victories against 2 losses. Fighting out of Indio, California, Hero HEBER Castillo. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color verde, he steps in wearing the green trunks. He weighed in at 125 pounds, su peso oficial, 125 libras. Invicto en su carrera profesional, con 3 victorias. He enters la jaula, undefeated as a pro with 3 victories. Representando Level Up Gym, Chicali, Baja California, Santiago, Monreal. El referee Héctor Molina.
Héctor Molina, our official.
Monreal on the right in the green, Castillo in the blue on the left. American versus Mexican.
And we'll get USA Mexico down the season here of Combate. We'll get to that later, but now the tail of the tape. Castillo and Monreal, same at 5'5", 2-inch reach advantage for Monreal. And yes, we're fighting at the flyweight division. Castillo, we know Juliana, he trains hard. He's a professional fighter. You know the desire's there, and he puts the work rate, but sometimes that focus and locking in has eluded him, certainly with his 2 fights here in Combate.
It's right at the tip of his tongue. He just has to put it together and finish it. He can do it. I know he can.
He's got the Captain America shield on his left shoulder in the red, white, and blue shorts. We are underway.
And he's looking like moving like a TJ Dillashaw kind of.
Yep.
Just like him.
You mentioned Cub Swanson. Cub is in the corner here. Cub, a good friend of ours here at Combate Americas.
Yep, Cub's a family friend.
Oh, and Monreal smashes him, put him on the deck. And now on the guard is Castillo.
Castillo needs to use that to get back to his feet.
Big moment here for Castillo. The first shot fired by Monreal.
And Monreal is a former weightlifting competitor. He's a BJJ blue belt. Switcheroo!
Not bad, now looking to get that back. And Monreal still hanging on to that foot.
Beautiful switch by HEBER Castillo, and you know what? He can win right here.
Well, this would be massive.
Oh, yes, it would.
Castillo now looking to take, he has taken the back.
Beautiful job by HEBER.
Castillo just getting into position after he was slammed to the ground.
He can't afford to lose his position or let HEBER get back, or excuse me, Monreal back to his feet. He's got to stay on that back. He can't lose it.
He's kind of in between two places here. He tries to take the back, but sometimes slipping towards going back on his own back.
He'll get there.
What's going on underneath there? There's a whole lot of arms and legs all tangled up, Juliana.
Yeah, and especially when you're getting pinned up against the Jaula like that, and then Monreal snapping back too and trying to pin him against the Jaula.
Oh, Monreal now in the superior position.
Nice underhook by HEBER Castillo. He's a jacket up, keep walking to his underhook side. And looking to sweep out the leg. There's Monreal.
Oh, and that, he's out! He is out! The second slam put him out! And Hector Molino is asking for the doctor immediate. Santiago Monreal, as we said, be careful of the unknown Mexican fighter.
They don't take us serious. Oh, that's sad for HEBER Castillo. I feel bad for him, but what a win from Santiago Monreal. 3-0 as a pro. He improves his record to 4-0. He's 1-0 with his Combate Americas debut. Local Mexicali boy. Amazing. He's got a bachelor's degree in criminalistics.
That was, he went to the well a second time, and that did him in. And right now, HEBER Castillo does not know where he's at. Massive drop from a high spot.
Thank you for the opportunidad.
You feel for Castillo as he goes down to defeat again in Combate.
Monreal picked up that kick, body slammed him down to the ground. HEBER Castillo couldn't get his bearings, couldn't get the takedown. Here's the knockout, boom, slammed him.
That shoulder got
right on
there
his
under
own
the
dome.
chin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One last one to the chest. Toro.
I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Congratulations to Santiago Monreal. That was a nice win.
The word on him is he doesn't like to leave it to the judges, and he didn't.
He's got that heartbeat on his left shoulder blade. Because I bet you his heartbeat's going through the roof right now.
What a moment for the young man at 23 years of age. And again, the Mexicali fighters having their moments, and we hope that HEBER Castillo's okay. For now, let's go up to Lupe.
Damas y caballeros, este combate concluye con un tiempo oficial de 2 minutos, 7 segundos del primer capítulo. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end with an official time of 2 minutes, 7 seconds of the opening round. Your winner, by way of knockout, el vencedor por knockout, puro Chicali, señores, Santiago Monreal.
That's what we do at Combate. A star is born, and now a name to remember, much like a guy whose name we mentioned earlier in Axel Osuna, someone to watch as we move on in through 2019.
Damas y caballeros, este duelo 3 vueltas a un peso pactado a 140 libras. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout 3 rounds at a catch weight of 140 pounds. Presentando la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. vestido de pantaloncillos negros, he steps in, wearing the black trunks, su peso oficial, 140 libras y media, his official weight, 140.5 pounds. Entra por cuarta vez a nivel profesional a la jaula de Combate Americas, con 2 victorias y 1 derrota. He enters la jaula for the 4th time as a pro, with a record of 2 victories and 1 defeat. De Tijuana, Baja California, El Greñas, CRISTIAN González. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de pantaloncillos blancos, he steps in, wearing the white trunks, his official weight, 140.75 pounds, su peso oficial, 140 libras y 3 cuartos, en su 10º combate a nivel profesional, con 3 victorias y 6 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 10th time as a pro, with a record of 3 victories and 6 losses, representando a Mexicali, Baja California, Carlos Ernesto El Maromas Ochoa. El referee Manuel Gallareta.
Tijuana and Mexicali.
Muy bien, les recuerdo, quiero que en todo momento se protejan. Den una pelea limpia y clara, por favor. Choquen sus guantes a sus esquinas.
All right, to the tail of the tape, Carlos Ernesto Ochoa, actually born up in the United States in Indio. He is 2 years the senior of Gonzalez. Height advantage, 1 inch for Ochoa, 3-inch reach edge. Again, catchweight 140 tonight.
He just looks physically bigger and stronger than Gonzalez.
Let's see if he can be smart here.
Gonzalez right in his face.
Oh! ¡Ave María Purísima! ¡Se acabó!
Very nicely done.
¡A dormir!
Time for Mimi's.
The mouthpiece of Gonzalez is all the way across in Rosarito.
Aye. He improves to 4 and 6.
We got to check the record books here. That is one of the quickest fights, if not the quickest. Gonzalez lifted his head for a moment.
Aye.
And he's up. Good for Christian Gonzalez. Ucha Magooch Susu Studio.
Oh, right hook from hell. Took his face right off with that. Just swiped his face right off.
Gonzalez was still defending himself. He was alert. He
I know.
was just horizontal.
Oh, dude, that's that sneaky right. It's like a right, but it's like a right hook, but like an uppercut too at the same time. Right on the chin. Here it comes. Take a look at the replay.
Oh. The aesthetics of that mouthpiece flying, something else.
Man, that was crazy. Man.
That's an impression made by El Maromas. Gonzalez is in there. He looks like he wants to keep fighting, but visually stunning knockout by Ochoa, who now evens his Combate record to 1-1 after that disappointing defeat to Gaston Reyno. The emotions overrunning Ochoa right now. Okay, Gonzalez is good, and he's going to be there in the middle of La Jaula. Let's go upstairs to Lupe Contreras.
Damas y caballeros, este combate concluye con tan solo 7 segundos del primer asalto. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end with just only 7 seconds in the first round. Your winner, by way of knockout, el vencedor por knockout, El Maromas, Carlos Ernesto Ochoa.
No es por egocéntrico de nada, pero me catalogo un peleador muy talentoso y agresivo a la hora de hacerlo, pero siempre inteligente, ¿no? Me gusta el juego arriba, me gusta el juego abajo, me gusta la lucha, he acabado mis peleas en todos los ámbitos, desde suplex, desde knockout, de knockout técnico, sumisiones.
Me gusta mucho la pelea arriba, la pelea abajo, trato de adaptarme y entrenar todo lo más que pueda para crecer como peleador y siempre seguir aprendiendo.
Pues primeramente lo que no vi, que no me dio el peso. Segundo, lo que miré es que pues trata de fingir un poquito de agresividad, pero eso no es nada que me espanta, ¿no? Yo he nacido desde chiquito en barrios peligrosos y no, eso no me asusta, eso me da un poco de risa, ¿no?
Es un muchacho muy bueno, muy completo, pero pues no está peleando con nadie fácil y no son peleas amateurs, ya este es profesional.
Damas y caballeros, este es el siguiente combate de esta noche. Pactado un límite de 3 vueltas en la división peso ligero, ladies and gentlemen. So our next bout of the evening set for a distance of 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Presentando a la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de pantaloncillos verdes, he enters la jaula. Wearing the green trunks, he weighed in at an official 154 3/4 pounds, su peso oficial 154 libras y 3/4. Esta noche hace su debut profesional this evening. He is making his professional debut de Ensenada, Baja California, CRISTIAN, el Púas Pérez. Su contrario en la esquina roja, his opponent in the red corner. Vestido de negro, he steps in wearing black. His official weight, 156 1/2 pounds. Su peso oficial, 156 libras y media. Entra por 6ª vez a nivel profesional a la jaula de Combate Americas. Con 3 victorias, 1 derrota y 1 empate. He enters for the 6th time as a pro inside la jaula of Combate Americas with 3 victories, 1 loss, 1 draw. Fighting out of Mexicali, Baja California, el prodigio, SAUL Cabrera. El referee, Edgar Molina.
Hector Molina, 3rd man inside La Jaula, and you see that salty look on Cabrera. He knows everything's on the line here.
He's got a salty look. Can he back it up?
Yeah, the angry fight. But in his path, one of the best prospects in Mexico, Christian Perez, just 19, 2 years the younger of Cabrera. Height's the same, reach 1 inch advantage for Perez. We are in the lightweight division. We'll see a lot of lightweights at the 155. You can see Cabrera came a pound 0.6 over. It is Perez in the green, inside of the leg kick there by Cabrera to open up proceedings here.
And Perez in the green shorts in the orthodox stance. Cabrera in the southpaw stance.
Oh, Cabrera's left his head in there after he was being aggressive, and he caught a couple from Perez. But you already see more activity from Cabrera than we saw certainly in the first round in that controversial defeat to Ricardo Ariola.
Cabrera's got double underhooks. If he can pull him off the fence and finish that takedown, he'd be better off. He's looking to separate.
Cabrera from Mexicali, Perez from Ensenada.
Nice teep kick by Cabrera. I really like what I'm seeing so far.
Inside kick there, you could hear it throughout the
Cabrera
arena here.
Shakes his head no, throws a nice 1-2 and gets out of the way.
Short punch! Big right from Perez. Cabrera's trying to survive, and now he is taking a whole lot of hammer shots. Molina thinking about stopping it. He may have no choice. Cabrera trying to get that arm. Oh, and a big elbow.
Big ol' elbow. And this is that old school ground and pound type of fight that I was talking about. This is where Perez wants to be. He wants to be throwing bombs in the guard. He don't care.
Oh, down he goes.
He just wants to punch to a pass. And he's inside.
Cleared the guard. Cabrera surviving, although you just saw an explosive array from Christian Perez.
Christian Perez looking to tee off a bit. Nice short elbow.
Setting it up again.
Maybe looking to take him out, we'll see.
Again, he's holding the jaw, spins the face, and drops that elbow.
Gonna pin down that arm, getting in a... Nope, doesn't quite have that crucifix position.
Perez is so lean in comparison to Cabrera, but Cabrera fighting off his back.
And he's trying to get his guard back, but he's holding on to the head, and I say it a lot, but when you're holding on and headlocking the head, you're not controlling the rest of their body. You gotta get an underhook. You gotta get off of your back, flat on your back. You're not gonna do anything.
Perez now to his feet. Just non-stop activity from him. Challenging Cabrera to get to his feet. Not gonna let him. How about the step over?
Confused him, went for an axe kick, but didn't even go for it. Just went the other way. Beautiful job. Nice and tricky.
More hammer throws. I mean, very smart fighter.
He just needs to stay there in that north-south position. Continue to go towards the head if he wants to secure his position. There you go. Ask and he shall receive. Nicely done by Perez.
Oh, he cleared him there. Now he's in on the high ground here.
He's got to finish him. He's got a little over 90 seconds left to go. He can finish him here.
Cabrera withstanding it as best he can. Despite the movement from Perez, just finding his way clockwise to find some openings.
Cabrera was trying to hold on to the head and bridge and try to reverse
get that arm.
Didn't work out. Nicely done, retaining his top position is Christian Perez in the green shorts. And Saul Cabrera just hanging on. Trying to get his guard back, trying to advance his position.
Told about Perez, very aggressive, an old school fighter, and we're seeing that in living color here, live on DAZN, exclusively on our card from Mexicali.
Nicely done, nice cage walk by Cabrera. This is his opportunity to advance his position, and he's back to the feet.
Well done. The crowd likes it for the local boy.
30 seconds left to go in the first round. Let's see what he can do.
Cabrera wobbly, and he brings with that big head kick.
Blocked by Perez.
Oh,
nice
that uppercut got through.
I like it. Nice. Oh, he's on.
Oh, Perez
stilts.
smells blood. Up against the cage as we're approaching 10 seconds to go in this opening round that has been Perez Bruce.
Nicely done.
Dumped.
Gorgeous. Straight in the mount. Going for it anyways. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Nice head position. And that's
how about this kid?
Cabrera. He's wincing when he got chucked down. Beautiful reversal.
It's a big job for Cabrera's corner to get him up and ready and focused for the second round. And you better believe Perez is going to kick it into a high gear right at the bell. It's just his style. It's everything we heard about him. He's a dreamer. He wants to excel in this sport. So far, so good in his Combate debut. Perez with the foot on the pedal again. And Cabrera through, but then got caught. Almost caught Perez there.
Perez, no respect. Every shot, bad intentions.
Straight kick right at the chin.
Big looping left for Cabrera. Lands, does not land. Excuse me. Nice head kick. That's a good head kick.
Slightly blocked, but it was good. The head kick getting up.
He's really good with that uppercut. I'd like to see him throw that a bit more. Picking up that lead leg.
Sure did. Now he's at Cabrera in survival mode, and here comes Perez. Almost that heel catching the upright Perez.
Perez fighting the legs, and I know that he's comfortable being in that guard position with the slams, but he needs to watch out, not get too overzealous, because Saul can lock up an armbar any time, especially with those arms trapped right there in the T-zone.
Looking for that slam, and trying to put a lot of weight up.
Nicely done. Way to recognize that Saul's only desperate move would be a Hail Mary armbar. He saw that, and he moves straight into side control.
And he has it. On the ground, a practitioner of jiu-jitsu.
Going for knee on belly, but goes back into side control. And Saul Cabrera, black shorts, trying to do it again, use the cage walk to advance his position. But Perez, so smart, such a high fight IQ, pulls him off the cage. Woo! And almost gets reversed, but he doesn't because Perez does the right thing and just continues to follow his underhook. Puts Saul Cabrera right back on his back. Beautifully done.
This is a 180-degree turn from Cabrera's last fight. It's been activity. Granted, he has been on the receiving end of a lot of it. He is kicking away on his back at the legs of Perez. It seemed like he had a little success with that.
And Saul, way to be
triangle.
Yeah, way to always not let him get his guard so easily. You know, he's always doing a really good job of defending him from being able to pass completely.
Let's see if the young Perez continues with some new ideas, maybe running out of a couple. As again with side control.
Cabrera trying to use the fence to advance his position.
Well, now he can't have his feet in there, and Hector Molina will dislodge them.
Perez trying to do everything that he can to advance his position, but Perez is doing a great job of keeping him pinned against the Jaula canvas. Smart, not letting him suck up a reverse triangle.
Molina trying to get Cabrera's feet off the cage.
And I'm not seeing enough here to the point that I'm like impressed by either one. I'd like to see a stand-up.
Maybe being considered by Molina as Perez just not showing the activity that he did in the first round, content just to take some of the starch out here. There's a big right hand, followed by a left. 4 punches, all making a connection.
Big hammers, big giant right hand, nicely done. Lands right on the chin of Saul Cabrera.
Cabrera spent most of this fight on his back. Oh, he's trying to go for that ankle. There's blood around the nose and in the nose of Cabrera.
Nice.
Big right hand into the body.
Cabrera needs to get back up to his feet because he's not doing much there. Ooh.
Again, he's going for that.
Omoplata.
You could see that little ankle hold. He disengaged.
Right back into side control though, and he pays for it.
That right arm underneath.
Needs to keep walking to the north-south head position, and he does. Beautifully done by Perez.
He's comfortable there as he looks to get something, maybe putting on some designs of some sort of choke, maybe of the Anaconda variety, we don't know, but he continues to switch from side to north-south.
Nice, way to trap the arm of Cabrera. But Cabrera gets his arm back.
All right, 40 seconds to go in the second round. It's been on the ground predominantly, and it's been Cabrera exclusively with his back there.
And Saul trying to use the cage to advance his position. Flat on his back, he's not really doing much. But then again, Perez is not being able to get his punches off as well. So, I mean, it's kind of a stalemate at this point. Saul's doing a really good job of locking up Perez in every position so that he can't tee off from anywhere.
Heading towards the end of round number 2. See if there's any more. Nope, that's it. It is putting in a lot of work. You see a big exhale there. But that's nothing compared to what Cabrera is dealing with as his corner assists him to the stool. Now what? Christian Perez has left the door slightly ajar. Dominant performance in the first 2 rounds. There's Kevin Amador in his corner. Very active coaching there. You saw those punches being thrown, suggesting maybe they want that finish here as Cabrera just spits out a whole lot of blood. Not as much coaching these ones. Just get your win back as we get ready for the third and final round. Perez ready to go, and Kevin Molina had to take a step back. And you can see the workload etched on the face of Prodigio Cabrera. Perez comes flying out in round 3, takes the legs away.
Chopped that leg down just like an axe in a cherry tree. Beautifully done by Perez. Saul needs to make it a point to not get taken down here, to stand and bang on the feet, because that's when he's doing his best. He can't get taken down. He needs to get his punches off. He can't be on the timing of Perez. He needs to implement his own game plan.
Big knee catches Cabrera's brow.
But he eats a big right for it. Ooh, see, beautiful head kick. Lands, it's flush, it's good. And how athletic of him to be able to flick it up there that quickly, you know? He's got a nice, fast head kick.
Perez trying to change levels. He just wiped out that lead leg. Goes straight up route 1 there with that one. Misses everything though. Short jab to follow. Oh! Hello! Hey. Cabrera's back!
That's what I'm saying.
Big left hand.
He does it best when he's not on the timing of Perez.
That caught Perez's attention. Now Perez changes some angles. Head kick finds its way. We got a fight brewing here in round 3. Glancing right hand, left hand connects. It's Cabrera, the aggressor.
Cabrera's really impressing me this round, and he's showing more than I've ever seen before, and he does the best when he implements his own game plan.
Big looping overhead, and then the kicking game starts to come into view.
Beautifully done by Saul Cabrera. I like to see this. He's a good kid.
Perez coming up empty here the last 60 seconds or so.
Is he gassed? Is he tired? Nice 1-2.
Another good catch.
Beautifully done by Saul. Not going to go out that easy in his hometown of Mexicali. Speaking of not going down. Oh, Lord.
Can Cabrera survive a third barrage?
Is he going to be able to catch his bearings? Looks like he got his bearings back. He's covering up, though. He looks at the ref like, aren't you going to stop this? But he's doing a good job at defending himself.
Cabrera so hard to move, and Perez, his first good punch of this round, or first good strike, I should say, catching Cabrera and putting him down via the kick.
He used the strike that Perez was using against him, and he just hit him with his own shot. Beautifully done. Sinking the hooks in, looking to flatten out the back with those hamstrings.
He's got it. It's over.
Choke.
Rear naked choke.
Beautiful.
And Perez, first time he really tried that, it worked, and that's it.
Beautifully done.
Saludos para mi novia y mi mamá y mi papá. Patos locos.
Christian Perez is able to finally get the back, Juliana, and finish the fight.
He sunk in those legs, looked at, and it's not even a conventional rear naked choke. It was more like a face crank, and but it worked. It landed. Saul tapped right away. Young kid, Christian Perez, making his Combate Americas debut. He moves on to 1-0, 23 years of age. Beautifully done.
And hats off to Cabrera, who stretched that out and was eventually able to make it a 3-round fight. But he was second best. Perez emptying the chamber along the way. And for the first time going rear naked and finding success after finding a lot of success in the first 2 rounds with the takedowns and also the striking game. All right, one of the hot prospects is victorious. And we'll certainly hear a lot more of Perez in 2019. All right, let's take it upstairs inside La Jaula and Lupe Contreras.
Damas y caballeros, la esquina azul aplica una estrangulación mata león, obligando a su rival a darse por vencido con un tiempo oficial de 2 minutos 31 segundos del tercero y último asalto. Ladies and gentlemen, the blue corner sinks in a rear naked choke, forcing his opponent to tap with an official time of 2 minutes, 31 seconds of the third and final round. The winner By way of submission, el vencedor por sumisión en su debut profesional, el Púa, CRISTIAN PEREZ.
Soy, vaya, malísimo, yo tengo que trabajar muchísimo para que vean mejoras en mí, pero pues soy constante, vaya, presiono hasta que se me da.
Explosivo será la palabra. Busco mucho aprovechar los errores de mis rivales, quizá me van a ver quieto un momento, pero en lo que cierres el ojo voy a explotar.
Solo sé que está fuertísimo, que viene con muchas ganas, así que pues yo vengo igual, vengo con las mismas intenciones que él.
Fuerte, se ve muy fuerte de lo que he oído, tiene muy buena lucha y bueno, venimos preparados para él, no vengo subiéndome sin saber a qué tipo de pelea voy a pelear, sabemos a lo que venimos, pero seguros que vamos a llevar la victoria.
All right, back here in Mexicali, getting ready for another interesting fight. This in the lightweight division as we talk to Campbell about that weight class. It's going to be big. Let's get ready to get back inside La Jaula. Lupe Contreras.
Caminando hacia la jaula, making his way into la jaula, José Antonio Márquez.
All right, Marquez from Tijuana. You can see the body. He's ripped. They call him 500. In English means 500 because he's more ripped than the guys in the movie 300. The Spartan Army. They got nothing on this guy. Making his Combate debut, but much like the guy we just saw who was victorious in CRISTIAN PEREZ, we have another high rate, 5-star prospect in Jose Antonio Marquez.
Okay, here's the deal about Jose Antonio Marquez. He is the hottest prospect in Mexico right now, and nobody will fight this man. He's hard to find a fight for. No one will fight him. He's knocked out everyone. His nickname is 500 for Pete's sake. Not 300.
This is Sparta.
Not 300 like the guys from
300.
300, but 500 because he's that much more jacked.
He's
than
200
those
more
guys.
jacked.
And what is it in Spanish?
500.
500. That's what they call him. Jose Antonio 500 Marquez. And just looking at him, he's just a physical specimen. He's just yoked.
500 was one of the first words I learned in Spanish because one time I asked my dad, he goes, learn Spanish. And I asked him, I would like $500. I never got them. But that was the most money I thought existed. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. As 500 Marquez takes La Jaula. Back up to Lupe.
Su rival, his opponent, Christopher Ortega.
All right, Juliana, you mentioned, and it is a fact, nobody wanted to take a fight against Marquez. This man did. Christopher Ortega. He's won as much as he's lost in this, but he knows as much as he might be outclassed, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
It is. You know, he's a bit of a journeyman, and he found his way back to MMA. At first, I heard through a rumor he didn't want to take the fight, but he ended up doing it. He's our hometown guy, and we're just happy to have him back inside La Jaula.
And here he is, fighting in this circuit in Mexicali. He got away from his MMA roots, some distractions along the way in his life personally, etc. We won't get in there in the details, but he's back, and his words, he feels rejuvenated about how and what the future holds. He's pretty jacked in his own right. Let's get ready for this one in La Jaula, Lupe Contreras.
Damas y caballeros, este duelo 3 vueltas en la división peso ligero. Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest set for 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Presentando a la esquina SAUL, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de pantaloncillo verde, he steps in. Wearing the green trunks, he weighed in at an official 154.5 pounds, su peso oficial. 154 libras y media. Esta noche entra la jaula de Combate Americas invicto a nivel profesional con 4 victorias. Tonight, he enters la jaula of Combate Americas undefeated as a pro with 4 victories. De Tijuana, Baja California, el 500, José Antonio Márquez. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color negro, he steps in wearing the black trunks. He weighed in at 155.75 pounds, su peso oficial. 155 libras y 3 cuartos. En su 16º combate a nivel profesional, con 7 victorias y 8 derrotas. He enters la jaula in his 16th pro bout with a record of 7 victories and 8 losses. Representando a Mexicali, Baja California, Christopher CHIVA Ortega. El referee Manuel Gallareta.
Al centro. Quiero que por favor sigan las reglas, manténganse en guardia a todo momento, hagan caso de mis instrucciones y a pelear. Chocan los guantes a sus esquinas.
These two are lightweights, but they're built like welterweights. Ortega, 5 years the senior. He also has a 2-inch height advantage and a 3-inch via the reach. We're at 155.
Okay, we called Jose Antonio Marquez
500.
500, but dang, Ortega's jacked.
He beat 400.
I would say 500 too. He looks more ripped than
his shoulders
the other guy.
are broader.
Dude, he's huge.
Look, this could be a dangerous fight for Marquez. He might be the hot prospect, but he, as we touched on, this is a guy in Ortega who's rejuvenated. He looks fit, he looks focused, and maybe he has something in store. Look, we know Combate Americas there's no shocks here because they happen so frequently. Could be another one. It is Marquez in green.
Both fighters getting the feeler process out.
Ortega caught him with that right, and that got the attention. And a big leg kick on the lead.
Oh, big, huge punch.
Whoa, Ortega!
Oh, why with the butt? Why with the leg kick there? It's okay, it's okay. Marquez got Ortega pinned up against la jaula. Ortega looking for an underhook, gets off the fence, separates, and they're back to the center. Marquez stealing the center with that T kick to the lead kneecap of Ortega. Switching his guard. Marquez is going from southpaw to orthodox. Right now he's in the southpaw in the green shorts.
This is our 7th fight of the night. Mexicali so far is 4-2.
And the whole crowd here is in an uproar screaming Chiva, which is Ortega's nickname. He's a hometown favorite. Everyone wants him to win. And Marquez is coming into enemy territory.
Marquez getting his bearings back, quick feet to avoid any entanglements in the middle of la jaula, catches the lead leg of Ortega. Changing angles.
I need to see something. I need to see something.
Not much for Marquez. Pretty pedestrian start for him as we're 2 minutes deep into this opening round.
And both of these guys still trying to get a feeler out process.
Marquez very timid. It doesn't mean he's not going to come alight very quickly. You can see the bit is between the teeth of Chiva Ortega. Moving that lead leg out.
T kick up the center, doesn't land.
Ortega withdraws after making some inroads, tries to catch with that clubbing right hand. Ortega with the biggest impression of this round thus far as we're halfway through it. Manuel Gallareta, 3rd man inside la jaula, and there is Marquez now applying pressure. Oh, great evasive maneuver. And Now he has got the upper hand.
Chivas back to the feet. Look at how physically strong he is. He just ragdolled him right back to the jaula. Nice over-under by Marquez. Jockeying for position, and they separate.
He is a knockout artist, and he might have just added another one. Marquez unloading.
Ortega sucking onto that leg.
Oh, maybe just a matter of time, and it's time.
The ref's seen enough, and he knocks him out again.
Se acabó.
Being completely patient is Marquez. They were feeling out each other for a long time, but he finally got it. Beautifully done.
Oh, Marquez, who trains out of the famed Entram Gym in Tijuana. He had a little wake-up call, but he bounced back, and he quieted the crowd here in Mexicali to get his first win in Combate Americas, improving to 6-0 overall.
Una acumulación de golpes obliga al referee Manuel Gallareta a parar el combate con un tiempo oficial de 3 minutos, 8 segundos del primer episodio. Ladies and gentlemen, an accumulation of blows forces referee Manuel Gallareta to call a halt to this contest with an official time of 3 minutes, 8 seconds of the opening round, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, declarando el ganador por knockout técnico y aún invicto el 500, José Antonio Márquez.
We got another fight. We're going to have a fighter from outside of Mexico coming your way. It's Javier Blair Reyes out of Bogotá, Colombia, facing Alex Bam Bam Velasco.
Yo creería que soy un peleador como determinado. En este caso vengo como un peleador agresivo, que es creo que es lo que requiere esta pelea.
Yo me siento muy fuerte en como el área del piso y como el área del Muay Thai de pie. Soy un peleador completo, hasta eso que puedo defenderme bien.
Es un peleador aguerrido, ¿no? Los mexicanos son aguerridos, pero los colombianos también, y creo que vamos a reventarnos si es necesario.
Arrancarle la cabeza es lo que pienso, y no nomás de él, de todos los peleadores con los que voy, sean grandes, sean chicos, no me interesa. Lo único que en mi cabeza pasa cuando me subo a la jaula es hacer daño, nada más.
In his first appearance, the Magic Mike Hamill back in Combate Phoenix. He's looking to right the ship here. We'll see if he can do it. Let's go up to Lupe Contreras.
Entrando a la jaula, entering la jaula, Javier Reyes.
Okay, there is Javier Reyes, and Colombian fighters, we know there is talent there, but who is going to step up and get the victories here in Combate Americas to prove that the hype is real?
I don't know, but Javier Reyes came out in a Jason mask, and then his opponent said, I want to rip your head off. So we'll see which one is the more psychopathic killer. I'm excited.
Big moment here.
Yeah, Javier Blair Reyes Rugales said that he is hoping to put on a show.
8-2 in his pro career, but 0-1 in Combate. He's in the big leagues now. He's got to prove that he's got the goods. Young man at 24, but you wonder how it translates fighting in Colombia. We know fighting in Mexico does. You get the very best. They can compete anywhere, as you will see later tonight with a guy like Rafa Garcia.
But does he live in like Vegas or something? Because it says his head coach is Rudy Morales, and we know our good friend Rudy Morales is based out of Vegas.
You can get the good training, you can go get it. Let's go back up to Lupe.
Su contrincante, his opponent, Alex Velasco.
The nickname Bam Bam given by his friends, the Flintstone character, as you can imagine. He's a strong fella representing Ensenada.
Bam Bam got his name after the Flintstones character. He's a big fan of featherweight Jose Aldo. By the way, congratulations, Jose, on your latest win. And Bam Bam got a little bit of a wear and tear beat up in Tijuana, but if he can get this fight down to the ground, he'll submit his opponent, I believe.
Nothing wrong with coming out to a little GNR.
Guns N' Roses for all those folks who doesn't know Axl Rose.
You're a bit of an old soul with music, Juliana. You're a young lady, but you know stuff that happened in the 80s, which was more my time. So thanks for making me feel comfortable.
Yeah, no. My dad used to quiz us on like who sings what song. He'd be like, $1, tell me who sings it.
That's a smart father and a quality quiz.
He's like, no, Tony Braxton, next.
Tony Braxton, Whitney Houston. Honest mistake.
Yeah,
Up to
right.
Lupe Contreras for the particulars.
Damas y caballeros, este es el siguiente combate de esta noche, pactado un límite de 3 vueltas en la división peso ligero. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our next bout of the evening, set for a limit of 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Presentando la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de color negro, he steps in wearing the black trunks. He weighed in at 154 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 154 libras y 3/4. En su 11º combate a nivel profesional, con 8 victorias y 2 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 11th time as a pro, with a record of 8 victories against 2 losses. De Bogotá, Colombia, Javier Blair Reyes. Su contrario en la esquina roja, his opponent in the red corner. Vestido de color verde, he steps in wearing the color green. He weighed in at 155 1/2 pounds, su peso oficial, 155 libras y media, igual que su rival, en su 11º combate a nivel profesional, con 7 victorias y 3 derrotas like his opponent. He too enters la jaula for the 11th time as a professional, with 7 victories and 3 losses. De Ensenada, Baja California, México, Alex Bam Bam Velasco. El referí Manuel Gallareta.
Al centro.
Fighters to the
Quiero que
center.
sigan mis instrucciones en todo momento. Quiero una pelea limpia y clara. No le dejen nada a los jueces. Chocan los guantes a
Want
sus
a nice
esquinas.
clean fight, touch gloves now or forever hold your peace.
All right, big fight, and we're getting close to the crescendo tonight with the big main event and co-main event. Don't go anywhere. But first, it's Velasco and Reyes. Velasco at 31. He's been at this for a long time, has a 1-inch height advantage, but the reach advantage to the very long Colombian by 4 inches. We are in the lightweight division. Well, what a great night. We've seen history here. We've seen the prospects deliver, and we still have the gifted Rafa Garcia to come. We're underway inside La Jaula.
I'll just go by nicknames because it's easier. Green shorts is Bam Bam, black shorts is Blair.
Blair, you could also say the guy with the ponytail.
Yeah, that'll work.
Big moment for him, not just for him, but for Colombian fighting. It would be enormous. There's a historical significance. He absorbs a couple punches, and now they engage.
Beautiful. Here comes a takedown. Nice body lock.
Belly to belly.
Clinch to the body lock. This is gorgeous. See if he can swing him off the fence and complete that with those double underhooks. Not let him get a chance to get his underhook back.
That lengthy reach advantage. We'll see if it comes into view here.
This is the hardest part, but sometimes you gotta like use your strength to literally pull them off of the fence to get them out into the open so that you can complete your takedown. And that's kind of hard, but sometimes you just gotta, the longer you wait, the harder it's gonna be, the more of a wall that you're facing. But once you get there, boom, use your strength. Sometimes you gotta put some horsepower on it.
So when I see it, when you go up against the cage, and I've just been driven into it, I guess my first instinct's to hold it there for a minute, but you're telling me get off there as soon as you can.
I'm saying if you have double underhooks, there should be a takedown there every single time. And when you're up against the Jaula fence, it's hindering you from getting that takedown. So once you have him pinned, that's not a waiting, resting position. He has a double underhooks. Use some horsepower and drag him off of the fence so that he's out in the open and you can complete your takedown with those double underhooks, if that makes sense. Beautiful.
There's a takedown there by, now Reyes was taking a lot of punishment there. Some short elbows, a few knees from Velasco, who gets back to his feet and taken down a second time.
He whipped that carpet right out from underneath those butt cheeks, but Bam Bam back to his feet.
Juliana, your way of words, I love it.
Sorry.
No, it do not change. You don't change.
Now he has
Speak
the
the
back.
truth.
And just drag him forward, and when the guy gets his balance, then take him backwards. It's a little game.
Maybe for that Kimura for a moment.
Kimura.
Now right in front of us.
Jack up that underhook. Double underhooks again. Nice head position, sweeping the leg out. Almost has it.
Well, that time Velasco kept his feet. He goes back to the well, looking for a third takedown instead. Now Velasco has a chance to get his bearings. He knows what he wants, and now he's going to wear all of his weight on Blair. Jacking up that underhook if he can. He needs to get an S grip on that so he can jack up that underhook a little more. Oh, caught that knee on the forehead. No damage done, it would appear, to Reyes. He's working hard, trying that takedown again. He gets a little message there from our referee, Manuel Gallareta.
Okay, I was going to say that elbow looked like it hurt him, and I see blood.
Oh, there's the blood on the nose.
Oh, it hurt him. That was a beautiful elbow done by Alex Bam Bam Velasco.
So now Reyes is trying to keep really close here. Is that correct? I mean, he does not want to leave a gap.
Oh, no, he's trying to suck onto him like white on rice. And like I said, now. Bam Bam knows what he wants. Oh, he is just leaking. Sometimes, too, once you see your own blood, you're like, ah, and then that kind of like plays a part in the fight.
Forearm shiver after shiver, and now they change their day, and back comes Reyes.
And you can just tell that Reyes is just physically stronger. That's what's pinning Bam Bam up against the fence. Bam Bam don't care. Bam Bam don't
blood
care.
On Reyes, and he's also got a lot of the Reyes blood on Velasco. Now Reyes changes angles, getting a little lower, trying to get that leg.
Picks up a single leg. Let's see if he can sweep it out. Switches to a double, but he gets caught in a guillotine. And that's deep. Velasquez.
Now Reyes trying to get his head out, and he does.
Nicely done.
This is really good action up against the cage.
Dude, Bam Bam's elbows are beautiful.
Bam Bam catching it, and he is providing a lot of pain and agony. And there you see the face of Reyes, not for the faint of heart.
Ugh.
They change dancing partner stances again.
And now he's all slimy and like hard to get a hold of because all that blood everywhere.
A lot of people don't want to see the face. And another knee catching him.
Beautifully done by Bam Bam. He was given the name Bam Bam because of his strength.
He's a strong customer, and he's got a good hold of the younger Reyes, who's been frustrated and bloodied. Now he goes again for the guillotine. They get to the middle. They go back to another part of La Jaula and continue their exchange.
And you can just tell that Blair is just completely desperate at this point. Just,
you mentioned the slippery nature of the blood. I think it may have helped him there.
That was called a peekaboo slip.
Now Reyes at least has the back. He was trying to go for the takedown. That's the end of a bloody first round.
Peek. He peeked out. That's what he did. I didn't mean to say slip. It was a peek. Little peek right out. Took his back, and he got his back there for the last couple seconds of the first round. But boy, he is just super bloody.
He says, I'm okay.
Super bloody.
Well, the cut man's going to come over and take a look at Reyes. It was all good. That's the elbow right on the nose.
Cut him right away. Blair looking for the single leg, but he eats a knee for it and an elbow. And
short elbow.
Alex Velasquez, beautifully done in close quarters. It's like he's fighting in a phone booth in there, and every time he throws an elbow, he just makes it count, and he lands, and it's vicious, and it's drawing blood, and it's causing a lot of damage. And just, this game is a game of inches, and in those tiny little inches, he's getting the most damaging, brutal shots off, and it's working. It's very impressive.
This is our only fight of the night, not featuring a fighter from Mexicali, but the crowd, they're not having a cheering interest, but they are engaged, no doubt about it. Reyes with the blood wiped away, no big cuts. It's just mostly superficial, and we'll see if it causes an issue. I don't see any major cuts there.
Oh, but look at that lip. He's got some bongo lips going on.
That is fat.
Ooh, hi.
All right, round number 2. Velasco in green. He's been a great practitioner for Combate. 2-1. Won his last fight, but it was almost 9 months ago in the Combate Jaula.
And wearing a lot of blood on the back of Bam Bam, but it ain't his. Oh, that looked like almost KO. Nice job by
Go.
Well, he's been great defensively, and he's gotten off those elbows and knees, but defensively he's given Reyes nothing. Gonna change the angle, that lead jab catches Velasco, doesn't do a whole lot of damage.
Big overhand, and this is not where Reyes wants to be. Double, there it is. Got your underhooks, get an inside leg trip, outside leg trip, but don't be pinned up against the fence because it's just stopping all of your momentum.
Changing out, this is what we saw through in that first round. So Reyes going right back to that well, a well that had no water in it, but a whole lot of blood in the first round.
Ooh,
there's a little
sweeps
sweep.
out the leg, beautifully done, but back to his feet is Bam Bam. Taking the
Bam's
back
active.
is
Take
Blair.
the back.
Sit down. No, says
Look at
Bam
this
Bam.
action. It's action, reaction. There goes the mouthpiece. I don't know if the official's seen it, but I think it's Reyes' mouthpiece that is out. And you saw that fat lip. I don't know if the mouthpiece is going to stay in there. He's looking at the mouthpiece.
Here comes a big elbow.
And another leg sweep.
Beautiful takedown there. Get his shoulder blades on the mat, and that's where you can keep him. What?
He's going to break him up for the mouthpiece.
Better get in a comfortable position, Reyes.
Good efficient. Well, this was his tactics, and he's sticking to it, but now he's finding success.
Time. Yeah, he is finding success, and this is what it needs to be. It needs to be a grimy fight until he gets what he wants, and he finally has what he wants. The referee better start him in the exact position that they were in.
And the elbows flying there from Velasco.
Pass.
Round
His
two.
guard is open. Pass. Pin the knee down and pass.
Locking that guard. He listened to you, Juliana. He's trying.
So now he has those butterflies in. Pin that kneecap down to the mat and step over it with your own kneecap, and you're in half. It's real simple. Bien fácil.
It's easy for you to say, but you can do it.
No, I'm totally kidding.
But he just kind of stalled right there, and he waits for an opening. He takes the back.
I'm kidding, but I'm serious.
Another dump.
Sit down. Oh, nice. Right in the mount. Taking the back mount for Blair.
It's been a good round for Reyes.
Gorgeous round for Reyes. And anything can happen. That's what's so exciting.
You said you taste your own blood. Maybe he tasted his own blood. Sometimes it tastes good.
Yeah, that's right. These guys are freaks. One guy had a Jason mask on. The other guy says he wants to rip his head off. This weigh-in was so intense.
No, he slips right off the top of Velasco, and now they're standing. Reyes he's got legs that are like arms almost. They wrap around Velasco, and they've done his bidding for him.
He definitely has some monkey arm length. It's pretty lanky. But what does he do with it?
Under 2 minutes to go, round number two. A decisive first round for Velasco, but Reyes has put himself in a position to take round number two with multiple takedowns.
Multiple takedowns, but Alex Bam Bam Velasco has found a way back to his feet every time. But I really like the idea of what Javier Blair Reyes Rugalez is trying to do. He's trying to get it on the mat where he feels he'll be most successful. But Velasco
there threw it a nice hard knee, got the underhooks for a moment.
Yeah. Velasco's getting wise to the game, but he goes back, almost goes back down for a takedown.
Reyes is relentless with his game plan, and it's worked. Taking the back. Look at those legs.
Yeah, he's long and lanky. This is a position that he needs to be able to finish at because he's trying and struggling so hard to get it here. Now you're here. Now, if you were like a wild animal and you are a tiger or a cheetah and you snap your jaws onto an antelope, you're not going to let the antelope get away. You know, it's the same thing here. It's like you're in a kill position. Don't let your mouth get unlocked. You know what I mean? Kill.
I feel like we're on safari.
It's like the animal kingdom in there. You have to admit, it's very
National Geographic with Juliana Peña.
It's extremely primal inside of the octagon. Nothing is more primal than fist fighting. And once you're there, once you're locked onto that neck, don't let the antelope go.
No, you know what? That is what I take away from this evening. Don't let the antelope go. Make the t-shirts, folks.
Ankle pick.
I want one.
Ankle pick.
So, meanwhile, Velasco's been trying to get chokes from a variety of angles as we're down here to the end of the second round, and that is the end.
These guys are so sweaty, jogging for position. Nothing can hold. They're so sweaty and they're just slipping and sliding all over the place, which makes holding your position even that much harder. There's only a select few that can get inside that octagon, you know. Don't let the antelope go.
Don't let the antelope go.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I know 100% what you mean.
If you're a cheetah and you like run after something for so long.
You've done all that work.
Yes.
Don't let dinner get away.
Yes. Keep those jaws locked.
There's where the mouthpiece exited the mouth of Reyes. How do you see that second round? My untrained eyes say Reyes got it. Is that safe to say with the work he put in?
I like it. Yeah, I'll go for it.
All right, so that sets up a third round with everything to fight for. After this, folks, co-main event, main event, live and exclusive on DAZN. This is the only place tonight you can see Combate Americas live from Mexicali, Baja California, back on the border.
Listo.
Round 3, Javier Reyes, Alex Velasco.
This has been my most favoriteest fight so far.
Yeah? Your most favoriteest.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's not really a word. It's been the most fun fight for me to call and watch.
That is good to hear from the analyst perspective. There's just been a lot of interesting strategy here.
Look at that short elbow from Bam Bam.
That's been his calling card.
Yes.
The elbows, and down goes Reyes.
Yes.
Survival mode for the Colombian. Oh, and he took the big rodilla! Rodilla!
Are those legal?
I don't know. Our referee right there to see it all.
So you got it that deep, you might as well just jump guard. If you got it that deep, just suck it up like you got it and finish it.
There's a guillotine. Reyes hasn't tapped. He's not got it clean.
Nice shoulder pressure.
Oh, he's out.
Beautiful shoulder pressure done by Reyes. Nice defense.
Oh, another knee. That was high. That got way up there. The knee of Velasco almost shoulder high. Tremendous dexterity as the blood starts to flow again for Reyes early here. Just over a minute into this final round. Glad you could join us on DAZN. Juliana Peña, the Venezuelan vixen. Max Bretos, don't let the antelope go. Down to the ground. That's a good, maybe the first takedown of this fight here for Velasco.
And Velasco said if he gets his opponent down, he will submit. So look for
short
it
elbow,
to be.
short elbow. This might be it.
He's got the best elbows in the game as far as I'm concerned.
This would be huge for Velasco to see him improve to 3-1 in Combate. You're 3-1 in Combate. You are moving up the cards. Oh, and he's teeing off. Reyes has to escape. Can't take that punishment.
It's over. Good night. Say
Rear
good night,
naked.
Grace. Say good night, Grace. Short choke.
Oh, he's put that chin down.
Beautiful job by Reyes.
This guy's a survivor. I mean, he's taking a beating.
He'd rather get mounted and teed off on than give up his back and get choked, and that's smart. He can survive this way.
Uh-oh, the feed up by Reyes. Manuel Gallareta getting over to make sure they are quickly off. 3, 4 elbows. How much more can he take? Some of the crowd in Mexicali almost asking for mercy.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of time. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the third and final round. Alex Bam Bam Velasco just being primal.
What can Reyes do here from this position? It seems helpless.
I mean, there's one thing he can do, which would be suck him up so that he can't get those punches off. But if I were me, I'd take a couple punches in order to get my guard back, because then I at least know I'm a lot safer being able to use my legs to keep him more locked down. But this is just
this is promising from Reyes. He's gotten sideways at least.
Yeah.
Not giving Velasco a clean shot with those elbows, but back on his back, passing the guard.
Velasco just looks very physically dominant.
Time's hard to watch there. 3, 4. This has to be the end of the road. And now the fist, it's over. What a brave effort from Reyes. But Velasco would not stop. Bam, bam!
From Team Black-Sikins. Team Black-Sikins.
Scream for me, Ensenada.
Wow, what a fight. Here comes a big knee, I bet. Let's see it. Boom, big knee. And another one. And I don't think you can knee to a grounded opponent like that.
He was grounded.
Yeah. There's some more knees. Big, huge elbow.
There. Oh, he did have his
double underhooks. Reyes was just getting desperate there, and big, huge elbow from Bam Bam. And the elbow was that key to victory. Beautiful elbows. I don't think I've seen him better done than that.
He's got big, stocky legs, and they applied a lot of damage as Velasco goes over to embrace
tree trunks.
Reyes. I mean, they are tree trunks.
And just blood on the canvas everywhere, literally.
This has been a crazy couple days for Velasco. He didn't make weight the first time around. They got the towels out, and he made it the second time. And now he's got a huge win, and that's a name we're going to hear again in 2019. I hope we hear Reyes' name as well. But
yeah.
I mean, he's got a lot of homework to do.
He does. He also was doing things really well, but you can tell Bam Bam's just a vet, you know, and he trains with the Team Blaxicans, and those guys are tough. Super tough.
Is an issue of training, getting the right supervision, being in the right gym for Reyes?
Maybe. I mean, when you're coming out of Extreme Couture, there's just so many heads there that you can somehow turn into a body bag for someone else as opposed to them focusing on you.
There is Velasco with the blood of his opponent on his chest as we go up to Lupe Contreras for the decision.
Damas y caballeros, una serie de golpes sin respuesta obliga al referee Manuel Gallareta a parar la contienda con un tiempo oficial de 3 minutos, 8 segundos del tercero y último asalto. Ladies and gentlemen, a series of unanswered blows obligates referee Manuel Gallareta to stop this bout with an official time of 3 minutes, 8 seconds of the third and final round, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, declarando el ganador por knockout técnico, el Bam Bam, Alex Velasco.
Very nice.
Me siento muy contento porque Combate Américas regresa a México y más porque es en mi ciudad, motivado al 100% con todas las ganas de demostrar esta garra que tenemos los mexicanos.
Vengo de Rosarito, Baja California, de esta empresa en este evento que viene aquí a Mexicali cerca. No estoy solo en esto, es una gran oportunidad para mí para demostrar pues de lo que estoy hecho.
Espero de mi rival Alejandro una muy buena pelea y muy dura.
Yo me identifico con él y he visto que es muy agresivo el peleador Edgar Chairez. Me emociona porque yo lo veo pelear y digo, con él me voy a enfrentar, va a estar buena la pelea porque a mí me gusta fajarme con alguien, me gusta intercambiar golpes.
Yo sé que le gusta fajarse igual que a mí y vamos a dar una guerra, uno de los dos va a salir muerto de ahí.
Pues en esta pelea veremos quién aguanta más.
Damas y caballeros, este es el duelo coestelar de esta noche de Combate Américas, pactado a 3 vueltas en la división peso mosca. This is our co-feature bout of the night, set for 3 rounds in the Flyweight division. Introducing the blue corner, presentando la esquina azul, vestido de color negro, he steps into the cage wearing black trunks. He weighed in at 125 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 125 libras. Esta noche, dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, hace su debut profesional. Tonight, he is making his professional debut de playas de Rosarito, Baja California, José Tepo Salazar. Su contrario en la esquina roja, his opponent in the red corner, vestido de color blanco, he steps in wearing the white trunks. He weighed in at an official 125 3/4 pounds. Su peso oficial 125 libras y 3/4. En su 6º combate a nivel profesional dentro de la jaula, con 4 victorias y 1 derrota. He enters la jaula for the 6th time as a pro with a record of 4 victories against 1 defeat. 100% cachanilla de Mexicali, Baja California, el Pitbull, Edgar Chairez. El referee, Jason Herzog.
First, gone over the rules in the back. There were no final questions from you, Red. There were no final questions from you, Blue. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. I'm not ready to fight.
right, Jason Herzog, third man in La Jaula, tail of the tape, 23-year-old apiece, 2-inch height advantage for the Pitbull, as well as 2 inches via the reach. We are at Flyweight 125. A festive crowd tuning in for this one. We're underway. Chairez in white, flying in.
Chairez is fast.
Salazar keeps him at bay with that kick to the lead leg.
Salazar has been practicing karate since he was 7. Later started doing MMA at 18.
Oof, big kick, but he's brought down. Chairez now eats a couple punches from Salazar.
Big, huge leg kick. They both trade leg kicks. He says no, whatever.
Oh, here comes Salazar. Chairez leaving himself open. Not much of a takedown guy is Chairez, but
Salazar is crisp with his punches. Very accurate.
Chairez, who's trained a lot in Fight Happy, Yuma, Arizona.
I think that because Chairez is the hometown guy, that gives so much more of a distraction for him. You got everyone asking for free tickets. You got everyone bugging you. You got everyone putting a ton of pressure on you, especially coming off of a loss.
Again, this is a guy whose career, the track he was on, would have made many fighters envious. And he took a defeat. And that's nothing new. This is MMA. You lose. You get as much as you give so many times. But how does he respond?
Did you see that elbow, Max? That was nasty.
Salazar looks like he's been shot out of a cannon in this opening round.
Oh,
big kick into the solar plexus. That's opened up the fist. Here comes Chairez.
Holy smokes.
Into the body.
Oh, these guys are throwing leather. And Chairez is almost egging him on.
And Chairez now in a better place, 2 minutes deep.
Big
lead hand
stick.
catches.
Big jabs, throwing that stick right in his face. Oh, wow.
Trying to set up where he can bring that looping right hand with that jab. Missed that time.
Salazar recomposes. Oh, that's a beautiful jab by Chairez.
Takedown. That shot is not game, but he's done well there. Couple elbows to the top of the head from Salazar. As Juliana touched on getting into the MMA game as early as 7 years old via karate. And now side control, moving across Chairez.
Chairez passes that knee, he's inside. This could be a place where he could finish.
Not a wrestler by trade, but now the mount.
Full mount.
He's cleared it, cleared the guard.
There's an armbar.
Going for the arm force. Salazar hanging, holding.
Salazar needs to poke his head right in those legs.
Oh, he's got both legs doing all the dirty work to extend that arm.
Oh, keep going underneath, Chairez.
Salazar in survival mode, just trying to keep that arm at bay.
Salazar has to keep him stacked here so that he can pull his elbow joint out. He has to keep him stacked.
He's extending that arm.
Oh.
It's extended now, and he's tapped.
Tap.
Oh, to the delight of those in Mexicali, he's back.
Yes.
The Pitbull, back to his winning ways.
Nicely done, and what a game opponent. Salazar came and gave him no respect, got right in his face.
That was a great armbar. He felt it, and he tapped out quick.
For sure. The mistake he made was not keeping him stacked, but it's so difficult to keep someone stacked in that position. And there he is. There's our boy.
Right. Unbelievable.
Beautifully done.
Let's take a look.
Big old left and a right. Boom. Trading, slugging right down the clown's mouth.
Those are heat seekers right there.
Heat-seeking missiles. Big body kick for Chairez. Gets Salazar backing up.
Oh.
Duck, takedown.
Oh.
Changes levels beautifully. Swings around for that armbar. Salazar was doing a good job trying to get into the center of his legs, but he let him get that leg right over his head, and the rest is history. Pulls out for a big, huge armbar. Salazar stacks him, but eventually the armbar becomes his demise.
Chairez with his family inside La Jaula.
Salazar was trying to hit him with his other hand instead of keeping him stacked there so he could get his elbow joint out. Ay. Ay, una niña.
They'll be able to talk about this in a few years. In the meantime, little baby Chairez. He's like, no, Mom, I still want some spotlight. You see him push away. I'm still
He's
good.
like, I got him. Ay, ay.
All right, let's go up to Lupe Contreras.
Damas y caballeros, la esquina roja aplica una barra de brazo obligando a su rival a darse por vencido con un tiempo oficial de 3 minutos 12 segundos del primer episodio. Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner applies an arm bar, forcing his opponent to tap out with an official time of 3 minutes 12 seconds of the opening stanza, declaring the winner by way of submission, el ganador por sumisión, de Mexicali, Baja California, el Pitbull, Edgar Chairez.
Much respect in the middle. By the way, those Edgar Chairez shirts, I want to get me one. Those are nice. Black and gold, LAFC black and gold, nice. And now baby Chairez can go back to mama. The chant of Pitbull. Edgar, here's your public. Puro from Mexicali. They don't hear you. They don't hear you, Mexicali. Let's give some applause to your paisan.
Country guy.
Congratulations. How do you feel? Fight at home. Have this crowd. Have your child in the jaula. I did it all for them. Thanks to the support from Mexicali. They've always picked me up. They helped me win. Thank you, Mexicali. Tell me something. I'm here in the jaula with my friend Campbell McLaren. And he said, I am your champion. You're a champion. You want to fight here in Combate Americas. The truth. I had a lot of problems in my head. But I fought him, and I am your damn champion. You are a what? I'm a damn champion. Congratulations. May God bless you. These are your people. Mexicali. Here's my boss. Do we come back to Mexicali? That's a yes, I think. Thank you, Mexicali. Oh boy, I can't say that. I can't say that.
Se levantó y también se levantó la gente. Garcia, la pierna derecha con poder, ahora el intercambio.
De todas las partes que he ido, lejos de casa, a Phoenix, a Los Ángeles, y a ver bastante gente, so ya me tocaba que ellos vinieran para acá para que me dan una oportunidad al talento de mi casa, de Mexicali.
Mi nombre es Edgar Garcia López y vengo de la ciudad de Ensenada. Es un muy buen oponente, se va invicto dentro de la empresa y dentro de su carrera profesional y es un gran reto.
No, de su estilo no sé mucho, pero sé que es un buen oponente y que es una pelea muy dura, por eso me estoy preparando muy duro.
Esta pelea para mí representa una gran plataforma en mi carrera. Estoy orgulloso de poder estelarizar esta cartelera.
Siempre sé que mi oponente es muy duro y lo he dicho siempre, hay respeto para todo, pero no hay miedo para nadie.
Espero que sea una gran pelea y pues vengo a demostrar de que estamos hechos.
Van a ver cuando lleguen a Mexicali cómo la gente va a estar emocionada y voy a ganar la pelea.
You hear that? I know it's our job to pump up the fights and the fighters, but this place is electric. There are Rafa Garcia shirts everywhere.
I want one.
I want one. Listen to this.
Dude, they're going crazy.
He's the goods at Mexicali. But as Campbell touched on, he needs to win or people are going to be upset. So more pressure. Let's get ready for the main event. Lupe Contreras inside La Jaula.
Entrando a la jaula. Entering la jaula. Edgar Escarrega.
It's what Campbell was touching on, the competition between the two cities in Baja California, Mexicali, and for Escarrega, the man from Ensenada. And those coat of arms of the city has been really cool. It's something I've been exposed to for the first time. Very chill entrance for Edgar, the nasty boy.
The nasty boy coming into enemy territory. He needs to get primal. Because he said that Rafa has been lucky to be 8-0, and he's confident that he's going to take the poster boy out tonight. Those are some fighting words.
Big time.
Big time.
Making his Combate debut, but this is a guy 5-2-1, and we saw it at the weigh-in. He did not give an inch, and he towered over Rafa Garcia, who is not the tallest lightweight by any means, but he is built like a keg. He is a strong guy. I got to see him working out earlier today as well, packing a huge punch. But what's going through now? All the talk's over. You don't give an inch. But now, Juliana, you're inside a cage.
It's do or die time. It's time to put up or shut up. One of these guys is going out.
There is some support for him here, and a lot of folks coming from Ensenada, no doubt, to follow him. He is a lefty. We know Garcia can go left-handed as well. He can go to the orthodox as well. It's going to be a battle of styles. It's going to be intriguing to see whose game plan is able to go into effect. Back up to Lupe Contreras. This place is going to pop.
Su rival, his opponent, Rafa Garcia.
He's a rock star here in Mexicali. And here he is, 8-0. As I said, Juliana, MMA's crazy.
Yeah.
Great fighters take losses here and there. It just happens. John Jones took a loss. 8-0, unscathed, Rafa Garcia.
The nasty boy says he was going to make it a point to put a 1 in that loss column for Rafa Garcia. Them's fighting words.
Things can go bad in MMA.
What's that behind the back of his head? Looks like he has a big lump behind his left ear. Did you see that?
Yeah. By the way, check CombateAmericas.com. Maybe these Rafa Garcia shirts could be made available. I know they're a hot seller here as he's about to enter La Jaula. What a moment. When you're a decisive, emotional entry, a decisive favorite, you've got to check all your spots, dot the I's, cross the T's.
Oh, for sure, especially with this amount of pressure. I mean, everybody here is on their feet. They're all clearly going for Rafa. And this guy's got to come and be the Undertaker and take out the hometown poster boy like he said he was going to.
Back to Lupe Contreras.
Continuamos con mucha más acción dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas. Esta noche se trata de Mexicali contra todos y ahora veremos quién es el más macho. Damas y caballeros, este es el duelo estelar de esta noche. This is the main event of the evening. Pactado a 3 vueltas en la división peso ligero, set for a limit of 3 rounds in the lightweight division. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de color verde, he steps into la jaula wearing green trunks. He weighed in at an official 155 1/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 155 libras y 1/4. En su 8º combate a nivel profesional dentro de la jaula, con 5 victorias, 1 derrota y 1 empate. He enters la jaula for the 8th time as a pro, with 5 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 bout even. De Ensenada, Baja California, Edgar Smooth Escárrega. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color negro, he enters la jaula wearing black trunks. He weighed in at an official 155 1/2 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso oficial de 155 libras y media. Y se mantiene invicto a nivel profesional con 8 victorias. He enters la jaula undefeated as a pro with 8 victories. Puro Chicali, Baja California. Rafa Gifted Garcia. El referee, Jason Herzog.
The rules in the back. There were no final questions from you, Red. There were no final questions from you, Blue. Touch gloves. Come on, we'll back.
Let's do this. Tale of the tape. Rafa Garcia, his whole life ahead of him. His career in diapers, even though he's just 24. Big 4-inch height advantage for Escárrega and a 3-inch reach. But all the money on Garcia, who has been the goods in his MMA career.
First round. Fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Let's fight!
Jason Herzog, we're underway. Escárrega, champion of one of the leagues in Ensenada. But how does he respond to the power-packed fuse box that is Garcia? Very tentative early on from Escárrega. Big kick blocked by Garcia. Closes in. Down he goes.
Beautiful takedown by Rafa. He ain't playing around, no time to waste. Right into half guard.
He is a monster, and you know the intimidation factor already getting underneath.
The nasty boy reversed him right into a head and arm triangle.
Escárrega still fighting to get through, finding a position. The referee, Jason Herzog's got a quick look. He's right underneath the chin of Escárrega.
You can definitely submit from here, but it's harder with that arm caught in. Nice shoulder pressure by Escárrega, but look at how physically strong Rafa is. He almost flipped him over and reversed his position. He did it.
Strong and good stuff from the kid from Ensenada.
Wow, he is super strong.
Gifty says never take a step backward.
That's
And
right.
Escárrega says he knows he's fighting an intelligent fighter. He says expect mucha chispas y un espectáculo.
The nasty boy sinks in a Kimura. Let's see if he can rip it out. You can tell that Rafa's wincing a bit.
Couple liver punches there.
Rafa needs to sit on his left hip.
Punching away, softening the midsection.
Right to the ribs.
Oh, that feels much worse than it looks, I presume.
Yeah, it definitely hurts.
Oof.
He's gonna feel that tomorrow.
Punches have turned into elbows. He's got to try and get that arm loose.
Escárrega needs to put some horsepower on it if he wants to get that Kimura.
Now, who's got the advantage in the arm there, Juliana? Those arms are tangled up.
I would say that it's a dangerous position, but
they're
if
out.
he can keep his top position and get his arm back, he's good.
He's got to get into his guard, and now he hits the midsection.
Escárrega talked a big game, saying that he was going to take out the poster boy, but he's flat on his back. Hasn't been able to see any sort of advancement.
Can he pass that guard? He's looking to, but legs are tangled, and Escárrega very good defensively thus far.
The nasty boy looking to advance his position, but it's really hard with the physically imposing Rafa Garcia on top of you.
You know, we talked a lot about the American fighters not respecting the Mexican fighters, but could it happen with Mexican fighters on Mexican fighters? Escarrega, known in Ensenada, relatively unknown, and maybe Garcia potentially could overlook an opponent like this.
Escarrega is the champ in Ensenada, but this is Rafa Garcia's territory.
Well, here we go.
And he will not be denied.
Gonna pass that guard.
His guard is right open.
Yep. There's an opportunity there for Garcia to hop over.
And Escarrega is just holding on to Rafa's head, trying to buy time, looking to maybe use the cage to help him get back to his feet if he's aware of that. But Rafa just pinning his head up against the jaula.
Rafa Garcia, ad nauseum, telling Combate Americas to come to Mexicali. Come here, let's put on a show. Now's the time to put on the show as Jason Herzog picks them up to the delight of the crowd here at the Auditorio del Estado Mexicali.
Jason's seen enough. And they're back to the feet, back to the center. Rafa stalking Escarrega.
Watch that right hand, big head kick, misses its target. Now Garcia gets the single leg, back upright.
Nice takedown defense by Escarrega, the nasty boy, using his body weight to defend the takedown. Pushing that face off so that he can get an underhook.
Under a minute to go. The takedown, all the defense from Escarrega has been really the pleasant surprise of this opening round.
Rafa Garcia physically imposing his will and taking him right down to the mat. Exactly, I love that.
It's a takedown.
He went forward, couldn't go forward, so he went backwards, got the takedown. He needs to get those shoulder blades off of the jaula if he wants that 2 points. Of course, we're not going on points, but if you're talking wrestling, that's 2.
Yep, it's all part of the game. 6 of the 7 wins, his last 7 wins have come by submission for Garcia, who gets that big knee up.
Escarrega gets back to his feet, steals the center of the jaula.
10 seconds to go, leather on leather.
Little wild.
Big smile from Garcia.
Straighten it out.
Ready to pounce. Ooh, that knee may have caught Garcia's head as he tries to pass the guard, but we'll run out of time here in the first round.
Oh no, oh, saved by the bell.
Plenty of activity, not somewhat rudderless. We'll see what happens in this second round with everything to fight for. What did you see here, Juliana?
All right, I got Rafa Garcia takes the back of Escarrega, big knee to the body, and a big right hand. Here we'll see a big 1-2 from both fighters, trading leather right in the pocket. I gotta tell you, that triangle at the end of round 1 was pretty dangerous. The key is for Rafa Garcia to stay out of his triangle.
And that is looming as when Garcia closed the gap, whether that triangle by Escarrega could find its target. Rafa Garcia, never take a step backwards. The line from Gifted. There's a corner, Cub Swanson part of it as well.
You got to feel confident with having a UFC superstar like Cub Swanson in your corner.
All right, we're ready for round 2.
Rafa's ready. He's already trying to get out there.
An active Jaula. Seconds are cleared.
The nasty boy talked a big game.
This is great. This is intense.
This is intense.
This is what we signed up for. Round 2. It is Escarrega in green.
Every time Escarrega throws a punch, Rafa either connects with his own, and that one was flush, or he'll just take the shot to go for a takedown. He does that very well.
Escarrega's taking no quarter, taking no prisoners, responding to the inroads of Garcia. Does that height and reach advantage, and you've seen it come into view here in this fight.
He's a circle off the jaula, but instead he gets trapped. He needs to jack up that underhook, and he abandons the underhook, and now he's going to probably be going down.
Back again.
He got his balance. Nicely done by Escarrega.
Dubbed the best lightweight in the world, but in order to keep that mantle or still be considered, has to be victorious in the hometown. We talked about this, Juliana. There's so much pressure. I mean, this is a guy who's been campaigning to come here, and it's here now.
Oh, yeah. He's been begging us to come here. That's over. That's over. That's got to be over.
He's got it locked in. Escarrega fighting on. Yes! Taps out! Taps out!
Don't let the antelope go!
Taps out!
Don't let
Rafa
the antelope
Garcia!
go! Yay!
Oh my goodness! The real deal, baby! The goods, the gifted!
He did it. Boom. Nice throw by takedown. Sinks in those leggies. Sucks up that rear naked choke. It's over from there. It is over. Escarrega, no choice but to tap. That was a tight rear naked choke. Nicely done, nice sportsmanship by both fellas, raising the hands. Here comes another highlight. Rear naked choke. Beautifully done, it's over. You can see Cup saying it's over.
Oh, try to arch the back. And then it's got to be such a relief. Because he knows he had to put on a show. Everyone's coming they're not coming to see a team, they're coming to see him.
Right, he wants a belt. He's 9-0, improves his record to 9-0. I mean, the whole entire town is here, it seems like.
What a fight, what a night.
Yes.
What a champ. They have Team Garcia pullovers too.
I want it. I need this gear. Somebody hook a sister up. I want their team gear.
Garcia embracing Cup Swanson. Swanson again.
UFC
big
superstar.
Fan of Combate.
Family
and a
friend of Campbell.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And for now we guess in 2019. Remember, Garcia had not fought since September. Long time to wait for this, but it was worth the wait. Lupe Contreras with the particulars.
Damas y caballeros, la esquina roja obliga a su rival a darse por vencido con un tiempo oficial de 1 minuto, 7 segundos del segundo capítulo. Ladies and gentlemen, the red corner forces their opponent to tap out with an official time of 1 minute, 7 seconds of the second stanza. Your winner, by way of submission, el ganador por sumisión de Mexicali, Rafa Garcia.
Vente pa' acá, Rafita, vente pa' acá, óyeme.
Alberto Del Rio now to get the interview.
¿Viste ese adagio de que nadie es profeta en su tierra? Tú veniste a Chicali, puro cachanilla, orgulloso y cumplidor.
Mira, yo tengo palabra y que voy a llenar mi casa. Mi casa está llena. Campbell,
This is
quiero
my
el
house,
título.
my
Mi
people,
casa,
Campbell.
aquí. No hay otro peleador que diga chingo nada de reclamadas.
I want it.
Mira, en serio ya. Aquí en mi casa.
Here in my house.
Una palabra. Cúmplame.
I told you.
A ver.
Okay.
Chicali,
Mexicali.
Rafita dice que
The
quiere
gifted
una
says
pelea por el título. ¿Qué piensan?
he wants a championship.
A ver, aquí está el mero para preguntarle.
Here's the boss man.
Rafita, aquí está Campbell McLaren.
Here's Campbell McLaren.
¿Dónde quieres que sea esa pelea por el
Where do you want that
campeonato?
championship belt to be?
En mi casa, con mi
Right
gente,
here.
con mi casa, con mi
With
casa,
my
con
people.
respeto.
Ok, Chicali, nada más para que se la sepan. Mi jefe acaba de decir, ¿qué pasa aquí en Chicali? Óyeme, Rafa, dime una cosa. Eres un peleador extraordinario. Llegaste a Combate Américas y a base de trancazos, sangre, sudor, lágrima, corazón y pasión, te has ganado.
So much blood, sweat, and tears to get here. One of the stars of Combate Americas.
¿Cómo te sientes?
How do you feel?
Esto es el proceso de un camino muy largo, son 12 años
This has been a long journey. Lots of effort. And these people always were with me. That's why I want to be in my house, Mexicali.
Rafita, dime qué estabas pensando.
What were you thinking?
Sabemos que estás en tu casa
We
con
know
tu
you're in your
gente,
house with your people.
estelarizando un evento de la mejor compañía
Main event of
de artes marciales
one of the best
mixtas,
companies of mixed
Combate
martial arts.
Américas. ¿Qué
What went through your head with this big responsibility to fight here? I always said like I was going to win. I was going to win. I finish fights and I keep fighting. Final question. Message for those in Mexicali, you already said. Send a message to all your rivals in Combate Americas. No message. Wherever it is, whenever it is, I'll fight.
Felicidades, Rafita. Mexicali, su campeón, Rafita Garcia.
Okay. All right. I hope you can hear me. It's been a crazy night, an unforgettable night here in Mexicali, and the finish, Juliana, that you would have wanted. There's a party. It's going to go on all night and into tomorrow. And Rafa Garcia, I mean, he was challenged. There was like, maybe the fight didn't go the way he thought, but he found a way to to get his arm raised.
He didn't let the antelope go, Max, and that was the key to victory here tonight.
Can't hear anything in here. It's unbelievable. But now everyone's going to have to go home. But it's going to be a big party in the Garcia, Ponderosa, wherever they are. And word of this will certainly come out here in Mexicali, and we'll see where it goes from here. But Rafa Garcia coming in, dubbed the best lightweight in the world. You know what's better than 8-0?
9-0.
9-0. What did you see from him that told you that he should be kept on such a high pedestal?
He stayed composed. He stuck to the game plan. Every time that guy threw a punch, he had no respect for it. He ducked right underneath, shot for the takedown. It was like he was willing to take one to give two. And that's important. Sometimes you just gotta fight through it and have some grit, and that's exactly what he showed.
Unbelievable. So Rafa Garcia, Edgar Escarrega, valiant in his attempt to knock Rafa Garcia's from the ranks of the unbeaten. We'll continue to talk about him, and now we heard from Campbell McLaren there's going to be a 155-pound tournament at the end of the year. Obviously, we'll see Rafa Garcia here. We know there's some good 155-pounders, but I mean, where do you go from here? This is such a emotional high.
Was that 500 guy, is he 155? Because we can't get that guy a fight at all, but maybe he can fight Rafa.
But that he'll have to come up for Rafa, but then we'll have to see where Rafa Garcia goes. But from between here and December, hard to imagine a 155-pound tournament that won't feature Rafa Garcia. What did you think about what we saw here in Mexicali?
I am so impressed. You know, I didn't know much about Mexicali. I didn't look it up, or, you know, I'm always just super surprised whenever we go somewhere, like what it's like. But the atmosphere was amazing here. The crowd had the ground shaking. They had so much support for their fighters, and that's such a good thing to see. Something that, you know, as a fighter myself, I wish that I had more of, you know, crazy people willing to go to bat for you and wear your gear like psychopaths. I love it, and it's such a good feeling because you know that their family, they have your support, and they're going to show out for you every single time. And that was what we saw here. Sold out crowd. The place was going nuts. It was like a freaking riot.
I mean, the sea of shirts for Chairez and then Rafa Garcia. I mean, it feels like a big team sporting event. You know, you see the colors and the pageantry. Coming to fight a guy, and to me that just adds enormous pressure, and I saw it etched on both the faces of Garcia and Chairez, and I wonder if they fought somewhere else, how it could have been different.
All I know is that they didn't let that hometown pressure affect them or distract them from what they needed to do. They came into their hometown proud as ever. They had the family support, what felt like a family reunion for both fighters, and they got the job done, and that's such a proud thing for them, and I'm so happy for them because, you know, can you imagine if it would have went the other way? Right. This place would be in an uproar.
All right, I can't hear our truck right now. I think we had some technical difficulties, so we'll leave it at that. We'll put a bow on here on our night in Mexicali on behalf of our entire crew. And